Let's get creative with 1.17. Hello again, skunkmunkee here, and today we're going to be doing an interesting video. A few weeks back, I worked with Steampunk Miner going over some of the things in the 1.17 update and how they could be used interestingly in builds. Now, of course, a lot of the blocks are really cool, really amazing, and really obvious how you can build with them. But some of them, I thought, you know what? It could be interesting to see what we can do with, some of the more interesting ones. So, first off is a really tiny one, and it's behind me. Yes, it is. It's right back there. Yep. And it is this beautiful little thing, and you're like, it's what I don't understand. It's nothing. No, actually, so we've got our glow item frame with a torch, and if you don't know how to put that down, then let's go with item frame. Item frame. Thank you. You put down the item frame. You aim to the side to put the torch in there, and then you can hit your glow icon like this. And I think this kind of looks like the ashes. Like ashes are falling off the torch and are just kind of littered on the little item frame here. And if you use the glow item frame, it kind of makes it seem like it's actually accepting the light from here. Whereas if you use a regular item frame, let's grab that. It doesn't have the effect. It's just sitting there. So I think this is a much better one, and you can rotate it if you want to, see if it's kind of spilling off the sides. So yeah, that is the first idea that we had. Is it's a simple one, but I think it looks kind of cool. The second one is swords with the dripstone, and then I like using the not the polished deep slate, but the deep slate here with the walls, and you can have opposing swords, and they look massive, gigantic, and in my opinion, pretty cool. Yeah, I really like the way that these look. I don't know. They just kind of popped out at me. Next up, we have a slight variation on when you're building a road. Ignore the walls. That's just to show you where the road is. So a lot of times to add different texture to the road, you've got your stone, your andesite, your gravel. But if you take a glow lichen, you can put it on the road, and now you've got your gravel and your glow lichen gravel. You've got your stone and your glow lichen stone, and your andesite and your glow lichen, and it basically doubles the amount of textures that your road can have. And let's go ahead and set our night time. You know what? Let's just go midnight. Why not go midnight? There we go. Now your road actually glows at night, which I think is pretty amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know what? Let's just go back to daytime, please. So, yeah, that's a new way of texturing and way of giving light to your roads. Next up is an idea that I had. You've got your little garden, of course. You've got your little azalea bushes, and you've got your little alley. I didn't know you could step up onto those. Huh. Do I have automatic... Hold on. Oh, I do. Okay. You got your little azalea bushes, but then you can take these small amethyst buds and throw them in there as little, tiny... Hold on, I'll be right back. Had to turn off the auto jump. That was really getting annoying. But you can add these in there as tiny little flower blossoms that are growing in your gardens. And I think it just kind of gives a little extra pop. It doesn't add too much, but I do believe it adds a nice little bit of color and variety to your gardens. The next one was one that we came up with as kind of like, okay, so this would be your sword, the handle, and the blade. And it's being held on the stands there. And it's kind of just a display of an amazing looking sword. This is achieved by using your armor stands on top of stone cutters. It's a bit of a pain to set up because the armor stands don't want to be put right where they need to be. So you got to put like put the lightning rod over here, put the end rod over here, drop them in there, push them in. And then it looks good, but I like this. It's kind of a cool little effect, and you use the stone cutters because that gives it the right height so that it's actually holding on to the sword. And I think this looks really cool. I like the whole display look of it. The next ones we have are all in the water, and these are ones that I think look really amazing. First up, we use lightning rods right here with little sea pickles on top. And now you have a new plant type for your aquariums and for your oceans. I don't know exactly what it would be, but it's kind of like this little plant that just keeps kind of growing up, and kind of like how bamboo does. It has little knobs on it, so it grows up, and then it's got the little pickle on the top that gives it the light. And I think it's a really cool look, and I like the idea of this. I might add it to the aquarium that I have on Lands of Zankar. It just adds a little bit more life into your aquarium builds. Then, speaking of life, I came up with this design of a guardian. So it's got the little spikes on it, it's got its little eye, it's got its little tail, and I think it looks pretty cool. I think I was looking at it like, it looks exactly like an elder, or not an elder guardian, but a guardian. I think it's looking really cool. And then we've got little one-eyed fish right here, because I couldn't figure out how to give him two eyes. But here you can see we have our brain coral fans, which act as fins. You've got your amethyst cluster as the tail, and then the amethyst bud as the top and bottom fins. And I think that looks pretty much like a fish. If you had this in your aquarium, it looks like a big giant fish. So different ideas for aquariums. And then I came up with a few ideas of what you could do for squids. Or, I mean, I guess they're kind of like, not really squids, but I don't, like jellyfish, I guess? Yeah, jellyfish. More like jellyfish. What am I saying squids for? Here's some ideas for jellyfish. So if you take your sea lanterns, and you don't have to use the glow lichen, but I think it gives it more of a texture. But you can put the hanging roots underneath of it in the water, and they stay there. So it's kind of like it's off to the side, like it's kind of swimming this direction. You can also use the big drip leaf. Now, of course, this has to be placed on the ground. So if you wanted to, hold on, let's get this right here. You can put it low down and a couple blocks up, but you can't go too high off the ground or else you kind of lose the effect. But one that I really do like is using the amethyst cluster. I really do like the hanging roots better than the amethyst cluster, but I think both of these ones look really nice. This one looks okay, but I think these two look really cool. And also another way to bring life into your aquariums, you can have your jellyfish. Yes, these are jellyfish, not squids. So yeah, those are just a few different ideas of things that you can use from the 1.17 update in not exactly the normal way. And yeah, hopefully you guys feel a little bit more creative from this. It inspires you to go out and build maybe these, maybe something similar to it. And that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, consider subscribing, turn on those notifications. You can join my Discord channel, and hope to see you guys in the next Minecraft episode. Until next time.